und wie auch immer haben. Wir gucken mal, wir gehen nach Nordsund. Das soll nämlich der nächste Hinweis sein. Wir müssen nämlich rausfinden, was das hier für eine... was ist das hier für eine Mordserie? So steht es ja in der Videobeschreibung. Was mit auf sich hat. Und da gehen wir jetzt mal gucken. Arbeiterin, ein Polizist und ein Museum. Die Leertaste kann man ein bisschen was uns angucken. Wir schnacken erstmal mit der Arbeiterin hier. Wenn's klimpert, das ist meine Tasse Tee hier, die ich neben mir stehen habe. Das ist gut für den Hals.
What's happening here?
Bit of an electrical problem with some fallen power lines. It's being taken care of, but it'll be a while.
So I can't enter the museum?
Well, you can, but only if electrocution is something you enjoy during working hours.
Ah ja, sicher. Ah, Stromtod, witzig. Wann dürfte das alles repariert sein? Was ist mit schweren Verbrennungen? Ich finde, die passen hervorragend zum Tod durch Stromschlag, ja? Wie kam es denn dazu? War es menschliches Versagen oder irgendein Umwelteinfluss? Die KI macht keine Fehler.
Will there also be incineration? I prefer my electrocutions to be followed by intense burning.
You'll be nice and crisp, all right.
Oh.
Jokes aside, come back tomorrow. By then, the museum should be available.
All right, thanks.
Alles klar. Der wird uns grundsätzlich nichts anderes hier erzählen, oder?
Hello, Deputy. What are you guarding?
The residence of the first murder victim. The commissary told me to direct you to his office before going upstairs.
I see. I'll go find him and come back later then.
Sounds good, Agent.
Jetzt dachte ich mir im Museum.
Doesn't look like I can enter the museum.
Ja, das dachte ich mir schon. Ich wollte es mal ausprobieren.
Looks like an old hovercraft.
Was mit dem Fahrstuhl?
I don't need to go down to the ground right now.
Ey, wir sind auf diesem, ganz oben auf diesem, ja, Plateau, sage ich mal, ne? Gehen wir mal zum Marktplatz.
All right, so this is the town square. That building with the emblem must be the police station.
Das hier wahrscheinlich, ne? Ja. Skola.
Nice and shiny. I can even see my reflection in it.
Das ist schön. Ich muss immer dran denken, dass wir diesen Forensik-Scanner und so weiter aktiviert lassen oder irgendwas anmachen. Ich gehe erstmal zum Polizeirevier und schauen mal, was das ist. Wir müssen uns ja irgendwie durchklickern, ne?
I'm surprised the Bureau got their thumb out of their ass. It's not like they could find Nordson on a map.
I, for one, am grateful for the help. From what I hear, the person they sent is young, but quite capable.
Optimistic as always, eh, Kurt? I guess we'll see.
Kurt.
Agent
Heißt der
England,
Mann.
we've been expecting you.
Councilwoman, I was told you'd be my bureau contact here.
That's correct. I'm Stina Ruth. And this here is Kurt Anderson, police commissary.
Welcome, Agent. Enjoy your trip to the middle of nowhere?
It was a bit bumpy, and way longer than I expected.
Yeah, that train has seen better days. You'll find your luggage in your quarters, just through the door behind me.
Thanks.
Werden wir hier übernachten?
So, you were probably confused as hell when we sent you straight to a crime scene, right?
Kind of. I thought I was supposed to investigate a murder from last week.
You were, but unfortunately a second killing required your urgent attention.
Ja.
I assume there are some bureau procedures before I brief Agent England about the situation?
Yes. Why don't you head to your office, and I'll send this youngling on her merry way when we're done.
Very well. It was a pleasure to meet you, Agent.
Likewise. I'm a bit confused here. Who do I report to?
Only to me as overseer of this district. The local police are at your disposal since they're legally required to aid you in the investigation.
Got it. How would you like me to share my findings with you?
Face to face, in the evenings. The balcony inside the local canteen is a good place to meet.
Okay, I think I have what I need then. I'll go talk to the commissary.
Good. We'll catch up later.
Okay.
Oh, but I have to ask. Tell me, how was it for you?
What
Was
do you mean?
genau?
Come on, you know what I'm talking about. We've both done it.
Oh, you mean the augmentation, the nanofluid injection.
Sticking to the boring scientific terms, aren't we? Back in my time, we used to just call it taking the blue. Come on, let this old lady live a little. Tell me, how was your first kiss with the blue?
Ui, okay. Ja, ich bin ja eigentlich so von Transzendenz. Ich glaube, weiß nicht, ist das der richtige Begriff dafür? Ich glaube, ja, ne? Also Verbinden von Mensch und Maschine, dem Aufstieg sozusagen. Aufstieg ist, glaube ich, das richtige Wort, aber sozusagen die beiden, das Beste aus beiden Bereichen zu nehmen, finde ich eigentlich ziemlich charmant. Natürlich wird es der Mensch irgendwie vergeigen durch Gier, Macht und was weiß ich alles. Ja, aber ich finde es persönlich ganz cool. Und wie war es denn jetzt? Ich habe eine unglaubliche Zugehörigkeit verspürt, als wäre ich mit allem und jedem um mich herum verbunden. Weiß ich jetzt nicht, keine Ahnung. Es war wie eine plötzliche Woge, die über meinen ganzen Körper wallte, gefolgt von einem Gefühl der Stärke und Entschlossenheit. Aha. Ein Gefühl der Erleuchtung und intensiven Wahrnehmung durchströmte mich. Eine enorme Klarheit, die ich noch nie zuvor gespürt hatte. Mhm. Ja, no,
I
das...
felt an amazing sense of belonging. Like I was connected to everything and everyone around me.
I remember that moment like it was yesterday. What I wouldn't give to feel like that again. No side effects, I hope. We wouldn't want you to get compromised in dangerous situations.
Not yet, but I know what to look out for. Mild hallucinations, nightmares, burning sensations in the limbs, the occasional migraine. Things like that.
Ja,
Yeah, that covers the usual suspects.
schön.
All right, I think you're good to go then. We shouldn't keep the commissary waiting.
Ja. Sie geht jetzt. So, ach ja. Mhm. Der
It's a
Stadtplan.
map of Nordsund. Looks like the center of the disk is hollow. Curious.
Center of the Disk. Mhm.
Nah, I have work to do.
Okay. Was mit dem Kaktus?
Low maintenance. My kind of plant.
Ja. Oh, Käfchen.
Damn good coffee.
Oh, ich liebe Kaffee.
A thermos, presumably filled with coffee.
Das ist unser Quartier, das ist ein Durchgang. Wir gehen erstmal in unser Quartier. Ganz kurz einmal durchschnaufen. Ach, das ist ja wohnlich eingerichtet. Hier fühlt man sich zu Hause. Hier haben wir 2 Teppiche mit einem schönen Muster. Wir haben ein gut gemachtes Bett. Die Mikrowelle ist am Start, auch wenn hier oben steht. Das ist mit Sicherheit eine Mikrowelle. Einen kleinen Roboter haben wir
Looks
auch.
purely decorative.
Mhm. Ja,
There's a
wichtig, der
bottle of
Aktenschrank.
molding resin here. Might be useful.
Ja, Gießharz, das... Also falls ihr das nicht zu Hause habt, denkt bitte dran, dass ihr beim nächsten Besuch beim örtlichen Müller oder so euch eine Kanne Gießharz holt. Das ist immer wichtig, ja.
Nice big lemon. Small miracle to see it grow to that size under these conditions.
Ja. Können wir die mitnehmen?
Nice big lemon.
Nein.
No, I'm not tired.
Okay.
Doesn't appear to be functional. There's not even a...
Vielleicht ist das wie bei Zack McCracken, dass hinter dem Fahrstuhl die Aliens sitzen.
Maybe later. I'm not that hungry.
Okay. Hier können wir nichts tun. Wir haben nur das Gießharz mitgenommen. Ein Glück. Weiß nicht, was wir ohne machen sollen. Andersons Büro. So, Mr. Anderson. Wie sieht's aus?
All right, Agent. Would you like me to brief you about the first murder?
Yes, please.
Maya Strand, 41 years old, the caretaker of the Nordsund Museum. She was found by the janitor on the floor near the exhibits early last Wednesday. Just like Carl, she was stabbed. No witnesses, no evidence. Killer practically a ghost. No signs of a forced entry, so either the entrance was open or she let him in herself.
What about her residence? Anything out of the ordinary in there?
Nothing, as far as we could tell. But we left the place as we found it if you want to have a look. She lived upstairs from the museum.
Noted. The crime scene is no longer intact, though, correct?
Afraid so. The museum is important to Nordsund, so we had the place cleaned out pretty quickly.
Ach ja. Ja, gut, dass ich jetzt hier bin. Gehe aber noch davon aus, dass Sie es mit mir abstimmen, bevor Sie in Zukunft Tatorte verlegen. Das ist unser Vorgesetzter, ne? Tut mir leid, das zu hören. Ich schätze, Bürokraten, die Polizeiarbeit durcheinander bringen, sind nicht nur in der Stadt ein Problem. Was? Welche Macht hat denn die Bürgermeisterin über die Polizei Nordsund?
Sorry to hear that. I guess bureaucrats messing up police work isn't just a city problem, huh?
You have no idea.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel like I'm spending half my time arguing with those fools.
One more thing. I'd like to see Maya's body, if that's possible.
Of course. We brought it out of the freezer this morning. You'll find it in the morgue, over at the clinic. Dr. Pearson, our physician, is awaiting your arrival.
Good. I'll head there when we're done.
Sehr schön.
What do you know about the murder in the locker room over at the workshop hall?
Not much. As you know, the murder happened shortly before you arrived, so I'm leaving the matter in your capable hands.
Ich habe gleich noch eine kleine Idee, was wir noch machen müssen.
Do you know if saffron is grown anywhere in Nordsund?
I think so, yes. There should be someone in town with more information.
Safran ist ja sauteuer.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
I wouldn't say so. He and my son were playmates as children, but they grew apart in their teens. Haven't talked to Carl myself for many years.
What do you think of Gabriel?
My nephew is a fine officer.
Oh, ist der Neffe.
He's a law and order kind of person. Stern, but fair.
Oh, law enforcement runs in the family.
I wish, but so far Gabriel and I are the only ones. I've been trying to get my son to join the force for years. All he cares about is girls and fishing. Suppose it could be worse. At least he brings home a fresh trout every now and then.
Okay.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
All right. What do you know about her?
All I have is a picture of her that I found on Carl, but it's damaged and her face can't be clearly seen.
Tricky. If you had any kind of personal information, like an address, you could look her up in our records. They're in the drawers behind me.
Noted. I'll get back to you about this if I learn more.
Okay.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Me? Oh, I've been doing this job for 15 years now. I took over when the previous commissary died. I'm married with 3 children. Anita, my youngest, is off studying science in the city now. We're counting the days to Christmas when she comes back to visit.
Und die anderen beiden haben wir ja schon was drüber erfahren.
What's your opinion on Stina Ruth?
I respect her. She's a competent politician. She gets things done, unlike some of the other people on the council. Sure, she has a temper, and she's not the most tactful person, but she calls out bullshit when she sees it. When I'm right, she has my back, and when I'm wrong, well, she won't let me revel in my sweet ignorance for long.
Okay.
Did you know Maya Strand?
Not at all. Museums aren't my cup of tea. I prefer to not dwell on the past.
Ich philosophiere nicht über die
Do
Vergangenheit.
you know who the woman in this picture is?
No idea, sorry.
Shit.
What do you make of this?
Not sure. But if you need to know when somebody came to town, I'd suggest looking in the citizens' records behind me.
Ja, wir haben ja nun noch
Right.
nicht.
I might do that if I can figure out who wrote this note.
Genau. Wir brauchen ja irgendwie einen Namen, eine Adresse, was auch immer. Okay, wir haben alles durch.
That's all I needed.
Very well.
Ist das ein fester? Nee, kein fester Screen. Okay. Mit 6 Scannen. Ui. Das wollte ich die ganze Zeit schon machen. Vielleicht stecken die alle in einer großen Verschwörung hier und wir müssen irgendwie schon mal jetzt ein paar Hinweise mitnehmen. Aber hier piept nix. Na gut. Ist Karl hier irgendwo gewesen? Nein. Na gut, okay. Es wäre vielleicht... Ah, den hätten wir vielleicht auch mal eben anwerfen können, ne? Entspannt. Okay. Jetzt, daran muss ich denken, wenn wir das nächste Mal mit Menschen hier sprechen. Auch hier wollte ich den Forensik-Scanner mal laufen lassen. Vielleicht nur an Tatorten, das wäre vielleicht auch zu heftig. Oh.
Unmanned. Makes sense with no people in here.
Okay, hier wird wohl nichts sein. Da kommen bestimmt, wenn wir wen verhaftet haben oder sowas. Dann wir zum Marktplatz. Und dann, glaube ich, bringt uns unser nächster Besuch zur Kantine, denn wir wollen ja was mit Safran rausfinden. Das sind Gäste. Wir müssen mich gucken, wo der Safran hier.
Robot? Drilling machine? Space rocket? I have no idea, honestly. Looks like an old filing cabinet. Not sure what it's used for.
So Hipster-Restaurant-mäßig, wo alles in Schubladen serviert wird. Das wäre doch was. Ich glaube, ich bin hier ein bisschen zu entspannt. Wir sprechen mal mit dem hier. Hallo.
Weekend's coming up. Great, huh?
Looks like you've got a head start.
All shoes repaired, all coats patched up. That's when you call it a day. Finish your work fast and you get the best food rations. Oldest trick in the book.
I get it. Well, enjoy your time off.
Gotta rest my mind, stranger. Have a long weekend shift ahead of me.
No problem. Enjoy the rest of your time off. A neat stack of plates. Matching cutlery is nowhere to be seen. A few identical coffee cups. They don't look quite as clean as they should be. 3 plastic trays.
Gehen wir erstmal auf den Balkon. Mhm. Ein rauchender Mann. Na dann.
Hey, I'm Vera Englund, Special Agent.
Oh, I heard about you. I'm Rolf, the plant master of Nordson.
A plant master? What's that?
A foreman of sorts. I oversee a team of gardeners who tend to our shared crops.
Got it. I have a few questions, if you don't mind.
Sure, go right ahead.
Do you happen to know where saffron is grown in Nordson?
Perhaps, perhaps. What would this gentleman have to gain from that piece of information?
Deshalb haben wir keine Zeit. Wollen Sie keine Gerechtigkeit für die beiden Mordopfer? Sagen wir einfach, ich bin eine Zeit lang Ihre Freundin und Kumpel. Und jetzt würde es Ihnen auch nicht gefallen. Diesem Verhalten nach zu urteilen, sind Sie ein Gauder, dem Skrupel Mangelware sind. Irgendwie komische Formulierung manches Mal. Da muss ich, wenn Sie kooperieren, sorgen Sie dafür, dass Ihre Geschäfte unbehelligt bleiben. Das will ich nicht.
Let's just say I'll be your friend for a while, buddy. You wouldn't want it any other way.
Music to my ears, young lady. Just don't forget me when you crack this case wide open. Now, 2 places come to mind. The greenhouses to the south, and a few crops near Mimir Road.
Mimir Road? Where's that?
North of the town square. Look for 2 large farming robots standing around.
All right, got it.
Okay. Man merkt, dass das dieselben Macher sind wie von Kathy Rain, ne? Das Notizbuch ist genau gleich.
What do you know about the murder of Carl Oscarson?
Almost nothing. I just heard half an hour ago. Damn shame.
What do you
Keine
know about the
Anomalie.
murder in the museum?
Nothing but the talk of the town. That Maya Strand was stabbed by some maniac.
I'm trying to find a woman that Carl Oscarson was involved with. Know anything about that?
No, I don't stay updated on gossip like that.
Do you know who these people are?
Damn, that's bloody. Looks like Carl Oscarson, but I couldn't say who the woman is.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
Not really. But like many other people, we had some contact in our work.
Okay. What was your impression of him?
Nice guy. Too nice. I'd even go so far as to call him gullible. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what got him killed.
That's so. You think he trusted the wrong person?
I'm just thinking out loud here. But yeah, it wouldn't be a shocker.
Did you know Maya Strand?
A bit. She approached me a few months back about refining edible plants into a nutrient paste. I helped her plant some quality fungi for it, in exchange for a cut of the harvest. Then she got herself killed, so I guess all of that was a waste of time.
That's a morbid way of looking at it.
Genau.
I guess so. I'm sorry about what happened to her, but I still gotta eat.
A man's gotta eat.
What's your opinion on Commissary Anderson?
For a chief of police, he's all right. He's actually fair, unlike some underlings.
How so? You think they're harassing you?
Abso-friggin-lutely. One little mistake, those guys start hounding you night and day.
What's your opinion on Gabriel?
The cop? Can't say I enjoy his company. Last time we met, he gave me a couple of nasty bruises.
Resisting arrest?
That'd certainly be how he'd justify it.
What do you think of Stina Ruth?
I have no idea who that is.
Sehr schön. Gefällt
Okay,
mir.
that's all I need.
Alrighty.
Alrighty. Gut.
I think they deliver groceries through there.
Da dürfen wir nicht hin. Gut, aber wir haben ja auch alles, was wir wollten. Oh, Werkzeugschrank.
Looks like it's filled with different kinds of...
Können wir nicht rein. Können wir noch mal ganz kurz... Na gut. Nach Aussehen. Das Ding, da kriegen wir nichts raus aus den Leuten. Aber wir haben ja ein paar mehr Infos, die wir jetzt erstmal mitnehmen können. Gehen wir zur
I don't
Schule.
have any business in the school.
Okay, bei der Klinik selber? Nein. Krankenschwester, dann machen wir natürlich diesen hier erstmal an.
Hi there.
Hello.
Thought I'd introduce myself, since I'll be coming here a lot. I'm Agent England, Central Bureau.
Oh, nice to meet you. It's a relief to have you here. We're all shook by these recent killings. Sure, the doctor's excited, but even his morbid curiosity has limits, you know. After all, we mostly treat coughs and the occasional broken limb here.
I get it. I'll do my best to help. Oh, by the way, I'm supposed to go to the morgue. Where's that?
Stimmt.
Down
Ganz
the
vergessen.
stairs on your left.
Great, thanks.
So, Treppe nach unten. Dann gehen wir doch noch mal hin, wo wir gerade hier sind. Ah ja, und das ist der Nacktheits...
Don't worry, Maya. You'll be put to rest soon. I know. Sorry about the delay. I was needed urgently out of town.
Der Filter, meine ich.
Oh, hello.
Oh, shit. Können wir den Dings anmachen?
Talkative, is she?
Oh, no doubt. The dead have a lot to say, you know. Sometimes more so than the living.
Is that so?
The living are fickle and prone to deceit. Once dead, we can't hide things anymore. Not from me, at least.
Ja, da stimme ich zu. Mittlerweile müssten sich Menschen erst als vertrauenswürdig erweisen, bevor ich mich auf sie verlasse. Tut mir leid, dass sie das so empfinden. Ich glaube, die meisten Menschen sind aufrichtig. Deswegen brauchen wir Möglichkeiten, um herauszufinden, was jemand verbirgt. Sicher. Nehmen wir mal.
I'm sorry you feel that way. I think most men and women out there are sincere.
Oh, sure. Perhaps I came across as a bit misanthropic. Most of the time, people are just fine.
Glad to hear that. Now, I'd like to ask some questions.
Sure, go right ahead.
So, Dr. Persson. Tja, was sagt er denn zur... Was sagt er denn
Did
zur
you know
Maya?
Maya Strand?
Not really, but I enjoyed listening to the occasional lecture of hers at the museum. She had quite an intellect, that woman.
So she wasn't a patient of yours?
Oh, she was, but that's all confidential, so I can't say much about it.
I understand, but anything you can share would help.
Well, during the autopsy I noticed that she was unusually worn and feeble for her age.
Okay, and what does that tell us?
For one thing, that she would have needed help with the more physically demanding tasks of the museum.
Got it. Thanks.
Mhm.
Did you know Carl Oscarson?
No. When I heard he was murdered, I didn't even recognize his name. I had to check my records to realize that I've treated him. To be fair, I've had many patients. But he must have been cursed with one of those awfully forgettable faces.
All right. Anything out of the ordinary in his medical history?
Sorry. Can't go into detail. Doctor-patient confidentiality, you know?
Keep it vague, then.
Well, okay. Let me put it this way. I doubt you'd learn much from his file.
Noted. Thanks.
Ooh.
I'm looking for a young woman connected to the second victim, Carl.
I can't help with that. I didn't know Carl on a personal level.
Ich will jetzt auch nicht alles hier abfragen.
Any theories on Carl's murder?
Not yet. I'll need to see the body first.
Ich will eigentlich immer nur dann wirklich auch die Sachen fragen, wo ich mir etwas erhoffe.
What are your conclusions about Maya's murder?
Most obvious first. The cause of death is acute blood loss due to the multiple stab wounds to the chest and stomach, 2 of which were lethal. The murder weapon is a mid-sized blade, likely a knife of some kind. There are some defense wounds on her arms, so the victim likely tried to shield herself against her assailant. I couldn't recover any biological traces of the murderer. There's no blood on her that isn't hers, or any traces of skin under her nails. This makes me suspect that the killer likely wore protective clothing and gloves. The time of death was roughly 2,300 hours last Tuesday, 5 days ago today.
That's enough questions for now.
Okie dokie. Oh, one last thing. I've been told that the second body is on its way here. If you come back later today, I should be able to tell you something about it.
All right.
Okay, wir müssen noch mal kurz mit ihm sprechen. Ich habe mich eine Sache vergessen.
Do you recognize this couple?
The man is clearly the second victim, Carl. As for the woman, it's too hard to tell given the damage to the photo.
Mist.
What do you make of this?
The handwriting looks feminine, but I'm not sure what to make of the contents.
Okay.
That's enough questions.
Okie dokie.
Smart Skin. Hallo, Doktor. Klingenform, das wollte ich schon mal abchecken. Übereinstimmung. Ui. Okay. Finden wir irgendwie noch Hinweise? Nee, ne? Leider nein. Stiefelabdruck wahrscheinlich auch nicht irgendwie drauf, ne? Nee. Gut.
Multiple stab wounds. Size is approximately the same as the other body. I'd say the MO looks similar to the other murder.
Ja, das passt auch. Kann man das mitnehmen?
This might be useful.
Sehr gut.
I'll wash my hands when I go to bed. Plenty of time still to get my hands dirty. I suppose that's where the doctor... One last waiting room before the final embrace with the earth.
Oh.
Appears to be a small crematory. I think that's for collecting the ashes after...
Ja. Gut. Was zu tun? Oh, was ist wieder hier gelandet?
Various medical supplies. Looks like no patient is admitted at the moment.
Bestimmt, wenn einer sich verletzt, müssen wir dann hier mal hin. Und die kriegen auch Wasser.
Unused bandages. Would come in handy in a pinch.
Merken wir uns mal. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, machen wir hier Schicht im Schacht für heute. Und ich wünsche euch einen schönen Resttag. Macht's gut. Zunächst mal. Tschüss.